You can't stop me from falling in love.
Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel. Today I am building a flower shop. As you can see, I first started with doing like a corner build because I was gonna have it on the corner, obviously. But then because I saw a lot of pictures on Pinterest that were cute little flower shops, but then when I started adding the windows, it was looking really weird with like the spacing and everything, and so you'll see that I do end up changing it. And then I also build an entire row. Well, it's just 3 buildings, but I will probably be doing the inside of those ones for the next 2 videos. I'm planning on doing for the smaller one, I'm planning on doing a cafe, and then for the larger one, I'm planning on doing a what is it? Oh yeah, I was planning on doing a record store, but now I kind of want to do a bookstore. So I don't know, we'll see which one I end up doing. But yeah, so I was trying to like put windows above, but like it wasn't working with that door, but I wanted that door because it looked like in every picture that I saw of a flower shop, they had like a door like that one, and so I wanted to use that door. And you can see I'm looking for the awning. I forgot what it was called, so I had to search far and wide for that. I had to look through everything possible. I don't know why I forgot that it was called an awning though, because I think I did start writing awning, but I was spelling it with an O instead of an A. But I can't remember because even though I just watched it. But yeah, so also this part for the thing, like if I wanted that awning, it was gonna look weird on the corner thing right there. So I switched it, and it is 4x5. Yeah, 4x5. So yeah, and then you can see this larger building is the one I was talking about for the record or bookstore. Let me know what you guys think, what one I should do. Actually, I probably would have already built it, so but if I get enough people who want me to build the other one, then I will build that too. But yeah, so the smaller blue one, I'm gonna do a little cafe. I think like a little blueberry cafe because it's blue, and it will be inspired by I don't know the name of her, but the blueberry something from strawberry shortcake. Let me search it really quickly. Blueberry muffin. Okay, I was gonna say blueberry jam, but it's obviously not blueberry jam. Yeah, so I think that would be a cute little styled cafe. Let me know. A little bakery or a cafe, because they are different. We'll see what I do. Maybe bakery, because blueberry muffin bakery, blueberry muffin cafe. I don't know which one sounds better. We'll see. Yeah, and then here I just wanted to make the buildings look a little bit better, because obviously it's very bare if it's just the bottom of the bakery or of the store is filled out of the building. So I just wanted to add this so it's like the rest of the building has something. And then here I added 2 windows, but I do end up switching it for 3 because I think it looks weird with just the 2. But then I did the cafe on the corner right there because I wanted a 1 corner building, but I didn't know what it was gonna be, but it ended up being this one. So yeah, instead of the flower shop, but it's fine. I think it also looks better on this corner than the other corner. I don't know, but yeah, I might have to change the colors for the blueberry muffin cafe. Yeah, and then here I just did 3 windows, maybe 4. Yeah, 3. In this open space window right there, I'm going to like have it be seating. It's like a seating thing outside. Like, it's gonna be a table, and then you can sit inside or outside at that table, if that makes sense. And then here I was just covering these up so that I didn't have to do anything with that. So you can see I do that, and it does look a lot better with that, you can see. And I did do that for, I did for those other windows too. And then for the tour and like the pictures, I also put it in like the other spots. Now for this roof, I was having trouble because it looks really bad, so I'm gonna it looks ugly, so I'm probably gonna try and figure something else out for the roof. I might do like a flat roof with like a blueberry muffin on top. I think that could be cute like that, and then do something on top. I think that could be cute. We'll figure it out later, obviously. So yeah, and then this one I was also having trouble with this roof because I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, and then I thought that looked ugly, so I tried adding like something on top right there to see if it was going to be ugly or not. And obviously it was ugly. It's not that bad, but it could have been better. So I was just testing things out there, and I didn't like how it looked, so I do end up changing the roof. Obviously, as you could tell if you looked at the pictures, the tour's at the end, so actually you couldn't have looked at the tour yet. Well, if you skipped ahead you could have, but yeah, I finally decided to play Boxburg again. I don't know if you just heard that, but my cat's meowing at me. Yeah, I finally decided to play Boxburg again. And so, let me know if you enjoyed it. This roof, I guess I just did it flat. That might be contradictory to the other roof. I think it will be fine. Yeah, I ended up doing this one on the side, and it looks cute. It kind of looks like an ice cream shop. But it is a flower shop, obviously. Here I'm adding the sidewalk because it looks better with a sidewalk. I do also add a road. Oh, I'm adding it right now. Okay. But the road I was having trouble with making, because I felt like it was looking weird right there because it was like too big. So yeah, it definitely looked ugly. But I kept it. And then for this one, it was easy because it was just not a big space there. Yeah, so I just did it like that because I wasn't gonna spend 25 minutes on building a whole road. And then like this like crossing part looked bad on both of these corner things, both of these crosswalks, so I just ended up putting it in front of the flower shop, which also looks better for pictures. So yeah. And then after that I think I start on the flower shop. So yeah, for all of the floors I did wooden, but I probably will end up changing the one for the bakery into like a tile, and then depending if that's a bookstore or a record store, I might change the flooring for that as well. But here I started with the menu sign, and then I realized when I was trying to change it that you actually can't change the menu decal, so I had to switch it into the other one, but that's later on. It took me an hour to build all three of these buildings, which was including this little spot right here, but this little spot didn't take me like that long. But yeah, it did take me a long time kind of to build just that outside of the buildings, so that was really fun. And the picnic blanket would be really cute if there was space here. So now I want to build like a little park and put the picnic blanket in the park. I think that would be really cute. And then I just filled this with plants because it's like a flower shop. So obviously there's going to be plants there. So, La 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 la. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, though, I was looking for more things to put out here. And I did find something to put in there. I don't think I keep those in there. No, I do not. I don't think. I don't keep them in there. Why can't you put flowers on a basic shape and then, like, move the basic shape? That was, like, very disappointing for me. Because it was. I don't remember what plant I put in here now. Oh, I just used that. Okay. Well, now I remember. And then I put 2 little plants down there. And then I think that's the end of the exterior. Which the exterior was only like... I actually don't remember. I don't even remember how much the whole entire build was. It will be in the description though, so don't worry. And then I was just adding some lights because that way I could do like a not obvious lights. There wouldn't be 400 lights in the flower shop. So yeah, and then I ended it. Oh, actually I colored those, and then I was gonna add the lights to it, but I ended up not doing that because I ended up deleting them because I was like, I'll do it whenever I do the actual build, because then I can also add like hanging lights or pendant lights to the cafe. So yeah, but I switched the roof. Well, it's the same roof, but I just extended it out because then it was more connected to that building and it looked a little bit better. But I'm still probably gonna change it. Then I was seeing if this was gonna look bad or not, and it did obviously look bad. So then I just went and changed the roof again, and then this was day 2. And the rest of it took me in about 50 minutes to complete the interior. So yeah, first I was adding these crosses to the ceiling, and I do end up deleting them, but I do re-put them in the end after I do some building, because you can see when I'm building they kind of get in the way and they're like really big, so I do switch it for smaller ones as well. But then here I'm building like the little built-in cabinet things that you will see in a minute. And then there is just an empty space right there, which I do fill with pillars. I do fill them with pillars, but obviously I did not this time. And then I didn't want to have to change, because I wasn't going to change the wall yet, because I didn't know if I was going to use that little space, because initially I was going to put like a little plant in there, or a door for like, it would lead to outside, but it would be to like act as going to the back of the store. But then I didn't, and I added these wood planks as the shelves. I do redo it so that it just goes the full length and they're even. And then I obviously have to put those in there. And then, yeah. That part was actually pretty fun, easy. And then I just copied the coloring for the checkout counter. And then I obviously put the cash register. And I only have 3 of these cash registers, but I obviously have a lot of boxburgs, so I can buy more if I need. And then this little potion thing, it's acting as like a little vase. I do keep it pink at first, but then I change it to blue for water. And then I also change the log that is on into a basic shape, so it's like the paper that you roll, that they put around flower bouquets, and you'll see that in a minute. And then right here I just add a watering can and a spray, so you can spray and water the plants. It was just really to add some counter space. so it's not just like an empty counter, because obviously you don't want an empty counter. And right here you can see I add this basic shape and replace it with the log, and then I just put it into the counter so you can only see a little bit, so it's like the paper, so it's as if you're rolling up the bouquet and giving it to the customer. And then I do change that to blue, so it's like the vase water, except for they wouldn't tell you the vase with the water in it unless you were taking it home in the vase. I don't know. Anyways, though, I then created these little things, and initially I was gonna have 2 different flowers, but all the other flowers looked ugly on it, and so I just did tulips for both. Tulips are my favorite flower also, but that's besides the point. So I was trying out different flowers, and it wasn't like that bad, but the tulips looked the best, and so I just added the tulips to it, and you can see that right here. And then I have to color all of them, and then I just put it on the opposite side, but I think they look cute. So, and then I just like copied what I did on both shelves onto the other one, so they look the exact same but like opposite placings. So anything placed against the left wall would be placed against the right wall, and vice versa. So you can see I place it against the left here, well, my left, yeah, it's everybody's left. Anyways, and then I place them against the right on the other side. Also, let me tell you guys, my bracelet broke yesterday. It got like stuck on a thread on my blanket, and then I like pulled it off and it just completely broke, like it like shattered, like the links fell off of it. It was like a linked bracelet, and then it just broke, and so that was really upsetting, but I recovered from that. So yeah, I'll have to get a new one. But yeah, I did try to add like as much color as possible without it being so bright and everything. And I also wanted the colors to match, because it just looks better if the colors match. So yeah, she's mine, wonder when she'll be mine. Sorry, I was singing Fetty Wap. Anyway, so I just added 2 large plants here, and when I added the plant right, and this one, it went through the wall, so I was gonna put like a pillar or something, or like a shelf there to cover that whenever I do the other building. But yeah, this is almost the end, I think. There's like, I don't know how much longer of me building, because I think like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, I don't know. But I then added some lights, and I don't like how the fairy lights just like droop down like that. So I added the string lights instead, and yeah, I added them to the counter because I thought it looked cute. And then I added a little rug in here because the floor was kind of empty and it needed something. And then I added this little table, council table, this one right here, and I just colored it the same wood that was like the backdrop. So yeah, so then I just put soil on there, but you see I have to put it on a basic shape. I don't know why you can't put anything on that shelf. It made sense to me that you could, but then I obviously found out that I could not, so I had to use a basic shape. And then I was gonna do it again for here, but then I just deleted and copied the thing. And then I do put the same shelf on the opposite wall. So then on top of this, I just add plants, obviously. I was gonna do different plants after I moved these tables. I just copied and pasted them to the other wall. I was gonna do other plants, but then I decided not to, so it's the same plants, but yeah. And then I think the hardest part was finding good plants to put in these. And actually, no, that part wasn't that hard. For the other ones, it was difficult. to find plants. I had to rotate this so it looked better. And then I didn't actually put any flowers, so I guess it's just like a plant shop. I mean, flower shops do have other plants as well, but flower shop sounds better than I built a plant shop, you know. And then I built these little shelf planters. You see I put this wood around it, and so it's like a little planter. And then I just put flowers so you can like pick your bouquet. They're just all in the planter, and then you just pick whichever bouquet of flowers you like. Or it could have been like you can customize your bouquet. You can pick flowers from each of those or however you want to do it. So I did daisies, roses, and lilies for the planters. I also was watching this movie called Jack and Sarah while watching this, and it was kind of boring. It was okay. It wasn't like that bad, but it was kind of boring. And it was trying way too hard to be funny. Like, some of the lines were not funny at all, but they were meant to be. So that made me not really like that movie that much, but it was a fun story, I guess. I don't know. Oh my gosh. So, yeah. And then, obviously, I just add the lilies on this one. So, I think that is the finished, yeah. I just colored the lilies, and then that's that done. And then I put, like, I have to color the tulips are already colored. The roses, not the tulips. Anyways, and then I put a picture on the wall there. And then I do one on the opposite wall after I move I put the little beams there now, and then I do the opposite wall, and then I'm finished. And you guys will see the tour. The window's open, so's that door. I didn't know they did that anymore. Who knew we own 8,000 solid plates? Sorry. I have that song stuck in my head. I didn't even watch Frozen recently, but it's stuck in my head, so yay for everybody. I was gonna have like hanging vines right here, that's what I was doing there, but then it didn't look good, so I end up deleting it. As you will see you probably already just saw. Then I just added another plant right here. Because I wanted it to not be empty, because I feel like with white walls it can look a lot emptier, even if it is nicely decorated. The white just makes it look bigger and can make it look emptier also, so I just had to make sure to cover very well nicely, and you can see I covered those buildings while I was doing the tour for this, and it was also for the pictures. But yeah, I just found this picture. Actually, I found all of the pictures in the catalog on Boxburg. So yeah, this is just the front of it, which I didn't really do too much for, because I didn't want to overdo it with plants out there. But then you can see inside I add that. You can see the pictures I chose as well. They're just flowery pictures. And I probably could have added like a chair or something in the back behind the desk, but I didn't. But if you remake this, you can do that if you would like. But yeah, that is the end of this video, so enjoy the rest of this tour, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
You are right, 'cause everything's gonna be alright.